Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the dark side of the podcast. And thank you. I'm waiting for the applause to die down. No. We're all good here. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what I'm not doing the whole intro, guys. You know the rub here. We have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about. Bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive innovation and drive innovation. I already screwed this up. These are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. It's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to Crypto. Welcome to Podcast. And the reason that we did this is we've actually been delving down into our analytics. I'll bring Belle on the screen with me here. We've actually been delving down into our analytics a little bit. Up until now, honestly, I didn't care about YouTube. And once we went over to a cache, I cared even less. But suddenly, now that we're stuck here for at least the time being, meaning until I can get my computer rebuilt to handle the type of stream that we want to do, now I care very much. So we've been delving into our analytics and seeing what's going on. And it turns out that we don't start to reach peak viewers until about 20 or 25 minutes into the stream. So that means up till now, it's the family, it's the podcast, it's everybody. So you guys already know what we're about. You already know that we're we try to be a rational, irrational and objective home of cryptocurrency opinion editorial. So I don't think I need to keep telling you that. Now, Belle might change my mind, meaning she's going to tell me, you read it as it's written. That's what she does too. She just sends me these silly things and says, you will read it. And I do, man. I'm like Ron Burgundy on a lot of this stuff. But that being the case, I don't want to waste time just regurgitating stuff you guys already know. All right. You know who we are. You know what we're about. You know all of that. So I think we could probably gloss over some of this and just kind of get into the show. So how are you doing today, Belle? I didn't give you your little greatest producer of all time intro tonight. How are you doing tonight?
You know what? It's been a fantastic day. A lot of irons in the fire that I'm working on. We'll talk about those later, but it's been a great day.
Okay. Well, I've been sitting here staring at crypto, and this is kind of what we're looking at right this very moment. We're going to see if Asia is going to kind of pick up the day. Weird crypto day. That's all I have to say about it. I'm not going to go full screen, Belle. This is our show, so we can both be on here for my silly monologues. It's been kind of a weird day. Yesterday was a nut punch. I mean, it was absolutely a nut punch from a pure financial standpoint, and that was courtesy of Jerome Powell. And every time I say, if it sounds like I'm chewing on manure when I say Jerome Powell, it's because that's the taste of my bile when I think about Jerome Powell. I've seen bad press conferences, man. I've been around. I've been doing opinion editorial reporting for a long time, so I've seen bad press conferences. Yesterday was a shit show. I mean, that was just bad. The longer he talked, the lower stocks went, the lower the market went. $600 billion just gone. It was just not good optics anywhere around it, and I wonder how hard his phone was blowing up the very second that he said, okay, we're no more questions. I'm going to go ahead and leave now. I've done all the damage I can do. And I just wonder how bad his phone was blowing up, because I noticed that today didn't say a word, didn't come out, no press, no public things, no lunches, no dinners, no anything. He is just off the radar. And I think he's going to stay off the radar for a good week or 10 days as the markets try to recover from just what he did. And that was bad, man. I mean, we know you got the power, all right? You're a little pocket Napoleon, and we get it, man. It's your way or it's no way. We already understand that. But, man, you don't have to grease it so hard. And that just seems like the longer he went, the more he was making sure that you understand that your success or failure as an investor is not really dependent on economics, the laws of economics, market forces, anything. It's dependent on him. He will decide when you will be profitable. Today was kind of funny because there were some jobs numbers that were released today, and the jobs market is still giving them the big finger. It's like, you know what? No, we have work that needs to be done. We're going to hire people. We're going to pay them, and they're going to go ahead and do the work. And the market responded very positively to it. The Dow didn't really move a whole hell of a lot. I think it finished up maybe 75 points. It was on a roller coaster, man. That thing was up to 500 points, plus 500 today, to a down status, to finishing up maybe 85, 90 points. That's just a day for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, man. That's not really indicative of anything. It's just a day. So, it didn't really do much, but crypto got a bounce. And it all happened kind of at one moment. And it was a big, big batch of retail money that decided, hell with it, I'm going to hide in crypto. I'm not going to play in this game. Don't know what's going on. We have no direction. We still don't know. And the longer Powell talks, the less we know. So a whole bunch of retail money moved back over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin gave us a little spike. And, everybody else kind of got a little bit of recovery on it. I'm not going to say it was a blanket recovery, but there was a recovery. And I heard a funny thing, Bell. Somebody was saying it was all the Arbitrum airdrop people dumped it and bought Bitcoin. Now, I know for a fact that they dumped it. You can't see. We got it up, man. You want to see? You guys want to see tears? Those are tears right there. I'm showing CoinGecko, Bell, by the way. This thing it launched at 0800 at $5, briefly peaked to 867, and then absolutely shit the bed down to $1.11, and is sitting at $1.38 right now. So if this was the intent of your airdrop, minus 72% in value. If that was your intent, you nailed it, man. You absolutely nailed it. But considering the market conditions and what we're looking at right now and what we just went through, do you think, I get it. The airdrop was scheduled, man. But honestly, what did you think was going to happen here? I don't really follow crypto Twitter too much, but I was watching it because I wanted to see where the pulse of the crypto world was on this. And the influencers were just going batshit. Oh, it's going to be $10, man. Everybody's getting a Lambo from this. And that thing crashed like I have yet to see an airdrop crash. That was just a heroic bust. So I got to ask, man, did you guys still, even going up into here, did you not talk to your cults of personality influencers out there and tell people, diminish your hopes, lower expectations? This is not going to go well, because what happened here is a lot of people made up for losses from yesterday by just dumping this token. And that seems to be what happened. Now, they're going to be fleshing this out over the next few days. Next few weeks, we're going to see if there's actually any value to this thing right now, man. But it's a level 2 Ethereum. It's not like this is new, that there hasn't been a level 2 Ethereum, an L2 on Ethereum up until this point. There's tons of L2s on Ethereum. So I'm not really sure where this one is, but it is very, very indicative of why I don't swim in those waters too much, because you are launching an L2, ZK, rollups, everybody excited. We can't wait. But who's building on you? Eventually it's going to come down. And I understand I sound like a broken record, guys. I'm not going to change my mind. Who is building on you? Who is ready? We interviewed Eric from Archway and from Astrovault. We interviewed him on this show themselves, and I asked him that question: who's building on you? And what do we got? We got a DEX and we got an NFT platform. So I would ask the Arbitrum folks the same thing. Who's building on you? I understand you're the latest, the greatest, the best. It's going to change the game. But this has been talked up for a good long while now. So surely dApps that can operate better on you than anyone else, they've already been in contact with you. They've already got something worked out. But I haven't heard any of that news. I have a sneaking suspicion here that the crypto market is finally starting to get just a little bit smarter about these things. Can't all be hype. It can't all be new products. It can't all be the newest, latest, greatest. Oh my God, it's going to change the game. It simply cannot do that. It's going to have to be about great tech that is monetized. And people are starting to pick up on that. That's just my opinion, but I think we're in the ballpark on this one. So a couple other things, guys. Coinbase got served notice. We'll talk about that tonight. Kwon got picked up, finally. Kwon did get picked up. That's the rumor. We'll discuss it. Until I actually see that guy back there with the handcuffs going into like a Taiwanese jail or something like that, I'm just going to treat it all as basically tabloid rumor. But there seems to be some heat here, Bell. There seems to be a little bit of smoke where this fire is at. So, of course, we're going to discuss that one a little bit. And it was funny because he got nailed with... oh, God, what's his name? He got nailed with what's his name from Terra. So you got two guys. How can you be buddies, man? Because basically...
The CFO of Terra, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, man, it's a big world, and it kind of reeks of incompetence if you got nailed the way that you got nailed. But we'll discuss that as well. And... we can talk a little bit about the short-term federal holdings. Guys, look, man, we'll talk about anything that you want. If you want me to discuss a certain subject, man, get it up in there. If not, I mean the comments, of course. You get them up in there, man, we're happy to talk about it. If not, I'm going to talk about what I find interesting right now, because on this very moment, at this second, crypto is just not terribly interesting, man. Everybody is holding their breath. There are no big moves that are happening. So everybody's just kind of chilling out and waiting. For me personally, the only real big move that was happening today is that the Jackal mainnet did get upgraded. They're onboarding the storage providers. That's me. That's Bell. That's a whole bunch of everybody else. And that's it. And we're just waiting for the dashboard. Soon the dashboard hits, boom, we're live. Store your data, and that's going to be great. And that's actually very important to Bell, because I happen to know for a fact that Bell's working on a white hat project that's going to be built on the Jackal platform. So we're going to interview Bell. I haven't gotten to do that. We're going to put her on the big screen, and I'm going to interview Bell, and I'm going to tell her why her project is going to fail, and she's going to tell me why it isn't. So we haven't gotten to do this yet, Bell. Are you ready? Are you ready for the kid here? Because, you know, I go pretty damn savage on some of these people. Are you feeling good about where you're at?
I'm feeling very good about where I'm at.
Okay, then we're going to have a go. So before we have that go, Bell, do we have any questions, comments, or concerns?
We've got one question from Microman regarding our Arbitrum. Why did the devs launch it at that price? Did the devs make money? Does the word rhyme with pug?
No. When the price is predetermined long before it is, but the market is going to set the floor. The market's going to tell you where the price is. I think, where did Jackal launch? Jackal launched at about $1.50, right? I mean, the market is going to tell you where the floor is. It's all guesswork, speculation. We anticipate so and so and so we're going to put it at this price, and off it goes. But there's no hard and fast rule that says it's going to hold that price, unless the developers and the people launching the token are physically willing, meaning buy to shore up the price. It's going to go wherever the market determines it's supposed to go. And when you dump that much all at once, it's a race to the bottom. That's all it is. I am not a fan of airdrops. I know a lot of people, this is it, man. They dedicate their time to chasing down airdrops. I don't. In fact, I'm sure I have airdrops out there that I've never even claimed, because I don't care. If I cared that much about the product, you don't have to airdrop it to me. I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. So it's not really, I'm not going to comment too much on it, because, again, it's not really my thing. If you are a big airdrop chaser, man, please put them in the comments. We're happy to talk about it. So is that all we got, Bell?
I'm going to give the airdrop chasers actually a round of applause, because they've got more energy than I do. It takes effort to find these things. So good for you guys.
Isn't it? If I don't see it on Cosmos Pug, I'm really, really indifferent to it, man. Again, it's not the way that I do crypto, man. I'm not going to walk around with a suitcase saying, "Hey, buddy, can you spare some Arbitrum?" I mean, it's not really my thing. And I get it, man. You're more or less supporting the project if you stake with A or B or C, and if you've done business on A or B or C, then you've effectively helped us shore up our value, so we're going to give you some. But again, it's not the way that I do crypto. I'm not judging, not passing judgment. I'm indifferent to it. It's just not really it's not really what I do. So was that it, Bell? Nobody else?
Nobody else so far.
Everybody knows us. You guys all know our business. 100% to the point that you don't have to ask any questions or comments. Not a problem, man. So Let me flip charts here. I'm going to show you boring. So this is actually, oh, look at Asia giving us a little spike. I'll take that. 1 second, I'm refreshing the screen, guys. This is not, I like the aggregate chart, but it bogs the hell out of my system. So we're going to go ahead and leave that there while we cover some of the, couple of the top news stories. We're doing this more traditionally, so I hope you guys can forgive us. This is the way Bella and I used to do politics. We would find the flavor of the day, the flavor of the month, or the flavor of this moment, whatever was super, super hot. And we basically just do what I'm about to do. We read the article, then we comment on it as if we wrote the article. And this is kind of standard fare. This is what you do. If there was anything really big in crypto to talk about today, I'd be talking about that right now. But this is our third time live in a row, so we're kind of running out of material unless crypto actually does something. But right now it's just kind of sitting there being very, very quiet. So crypto exchange Coinbase, ladies and gentlemen, said Wednesday that it received a Wells notice from the SEC, which could lead to formal charges. Uncross your legs, you're going to be okay. The SEC's Wells notice was regarding an unspecified portion of the exchange's listed digital assets. Its staking service Coinbase Earn, Coinbase Prime, and Coinbase Wallet. Paul Grewal, Coinbase's chief legal officer, wrote in a blog post. Coinbase will continue to offer its products and services as usual. While it is not the first time the SEC issued a Wells notice, and they've been just going batshit with these lately, or brought up charges against the crypto company, the move is particularly important as Coinbase is the largest crypto exchange in the U.S. and arguably the most regulated. Industry participants said. I don't need industry. We all know, all right, that they're the big dog. Them, Binance, Coinbase are the big dogs. Still, Bitcoin prices look to be holding up well. The crypto is trading above 28,000. That's Bitcoin, as if that has anything to do with Coinbase. Thursday, after slipping Wednesday, as the Federal Reserve raised its key interest rate by 0.25 percentage point, as widely expected, while the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell said, quote, it's the most likely case that the central bank would refrain from cutting its key interest rate this year. And that was kind of the beginning of the end of that entire press conference. He was asked very, very specifically, do you see a condition in which, I'm taking my shoes off, by the way, do you see a condition in which you guys might start lowering interest rates? And Powell said, nope, there's nothing that could happen that's going to make us change our mind. And the market went, pfft. I mean, you were there, Belle, right? We were watching it. I was chatting with her. I was like, oh, my God, he said that. Oh, I can't believe he said that. That was coming over the Discord, too. That was a wonderful day. Everyone, oh, no, I can't believe he said that. That was fun. There you go. So the SEC staff told Coinbase they have identified potential violations of security laws, but didn't provide much details, according to Grewal. A representative at the SEC declined to comment. You guys understand how this works, right? I mean, you're getting it. You see this, right? Everything is woulda, coulda, shoulda, and we're not going to give you any details. Now, we know all the details. We know everything. We're just not going to talk about them with you. What we're going to do is put you on guard. Get your walls and walls of legal teams to work, because you know that they have floors of lawyers. Get them all to work, and what you guys have to do is figure out what we're thinking. Now, crypto is very, very famous, as any financial market is famous for the oracles. I love the oracles. These are the guys that'll put out the charts. They'll draw lines on them and tell you what's about to happen. They won't invest on it, but they advise you to. That's basically what the SEC just did here. We're giving you the Wells notice, and you need to figure out what we have. See, now you need to defend yourself against a charge that you don't even know what it is. It could be anything. But you're going to have to scour through all of your billions and billions of data points and figure out what we're actually doing with this Wells notice. This is nothing special. All right, there's no big there. This is just them jumping in and flexing nuts a little bit, saying, nope, we are still the SEC, and everybody will bend the knee, kiss the ring, however you want to see it. The vast majority of cryptocurrencies in circulation are securities that should be overseen by the SEC. That's what Gary Gensler previously said. While specifics around the SEC's notice remain unclear, the agency's move could hurt institutional interest in the already battered crypto industry, according to Kavita Gupta, founder and general partner of Delta Blockchain Fund. Still, if the SEC ends up bringing enforcement actions against Coinbase and the exchange chooses litigation, which they will choose litigation, they're not going to roll over. Kraken rolled over. They're not going to roll over. They're going to litigate it. It might push for more clarity in crypto regulation, said Alex Thorne, head of research at Galaxy Digital. Quote, the SEC will have to make strong cases for them in court, end quote. Digital asset companies have long complained that the SEC didn't provide enough clarity in crypto regulation and demanded new sets of rules for the fledgling industry, while the regulators said digital assets are subject to existing laws. Now, I would be more than happy to entertain that. I would be thrilled to entertain that. SEC, Gary, everybody. Tell me about these existing laws. All right, tell me what they are, because right now we have nothing. You've given us no information. We have nothing to base anything on because you haven't clarified it. Now, you have came in swinging the regulation stick and telling us what you think it means, but you don't make regulation. And this was really, really a serious breakdown in crypto reporting, opinion, editorial, everything. The SEC does not make regulation. They are a regulatory enforcement agency, but they don't make the law. Congress makes the law. The House makes the law. Senate. These are the people who make laws. The legislative body makes the laws. They are the ones who create the regulations. The SEC just enforces the regulations. So I understand Gary is all go, no quit, big nuts. We're going to do whatever the hell I want to do to crypto. But you don't have the authority. You do not have the authority. You don't have carte blanche license to get in and slam things down. You can litigate. You are more than welcome to litigate. And yes, you could probably strangle them. But you tried this with Ripple, and I noticed that it's still going strong. It's still being litigated. Coinbase isn't going to roll over on this one. They're just not. If you want to bring the big nuts to them, go for it. And they are more than happy to tie this thing up in court for years. Long after you are out, Gary Gensler, because believe it or not, as administrations change, so do people who head up regulatory enforcement agencies. It is what it is, man. They don't have to beat you. They just have to outlast you. And as slow as the American courts are, they can absolutely outlast you. So you got anything on that one, Belle, or we just you just want to let me just keep throwing myself on my sword here?
Okay, so Microman actually dropped a good comment about this one, saying, okay, this is like when your wife says, if you don't know what you did wrong, I'm not going to tell you, and you just sleep on the couch.
And that's pretty much it, but they played this card too many times. That's kind of the problem. They keep playing the same hand, and they expect they expect the same results, but it's not going to work this time, man. Coinbase is okay, we're guilty? Well, shit, here you go, man. Let me make it rain on you. They're not going to do that again. That was your one. That was your one-off. And now, look, man, lawyer up, all right?
Yeah, at this point, I would be very shocked because that's a very, very, very generic notice that they got.
It was, man. It was so stupid. I can't even believe they did that.
They're probably kicking back going, oh, you're thinking we did something wrong? They're probably kicking back in their chair with their legal team going, guys, make them prove it. Let's do this.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to get bogged down in litigation. Nobody wants to get hung up in this. But, it's too late. It's done. You did it. You unzipped your fly, and now it's time to, we're going to lawyer up. I mean, that's it. We are going to go to court, and we have lawyers. All right. We're not sitting out here on an island. We're not a tiny little, Cosmos L1 that can't stand up to you. You're talking about Coinbase, man. They got money. They got lawyers. It's like, yeah, let's do this, babe. Let's do this. So I think that's what's going to be coming. And I'm kind of excited to see how this one plays out. He can't back it down now.
No. And GSOM is actually asking, okay, who funds the SEC continual lawsuits?
You do. Coinbase does. Gemini does. Kraken does. You do. Are you a consumer? Are you an American citizen? Do you pay taxes? You fund them. All right, man, it's tax money, dude. So they have unlimited resources to go after anybody that they want. But sadly, not sadly, but, we still have laws here, man. We still have a process, and you're going to have to follow the process. That's really all it is. Now, the last one, the big $10 million rain, as soon as Gigi shook his can of nickels, they just didn't want to get hung up. They didn't want to waste the time. They could have litigated, and they chose not to. And then, like, the day after they paid the fine, all of a sudden, we should have litigated. Yeah, you should have. I would ask, who's your damn lawyer, dude? Who said, no, man, you got to run from this. Yeah, you pay for the SEC, the government. It's federal arm of the government, man, and you pay for it if you pay taxes. And when you get your next pay stub, take a look at those federal taxes, because a portion of that is going to the SEC. So you're literally paying for your own hangman's noose. Isn't that nice? We're not only going to hang you, but you're going to buy the rope. It's like, damn it, man, this just sucks. Anything else, Belle, or can I take 60 seconds here?
Microman, are they just trying to put the crypto genie back in the bottle? Can they stifle us, or is it too late already?
They can beat the hell out of central exchanges all they want. All right, look, man, these are traded New York Stock Exchange. All right, these are publicly traded companies, and they can strong arm them all that they want. But these are central exchanges. Now, me personally, I don't do business on central exchanges. And since I made my millions of dollars in crypto, I haven't been back to one in a long, long time. It is for degens, for you, Microman, for me, for Belle, for most people on the stream. It's just an on-ramp. That's all it is for us. It's just a crypto. It's just a fiat on-ramp. That's the only reason that we use them. But 80 to 90% of all crypto investors live solely on central exchanges. They play the slot machine, man. They put the money in, they pull and say, come on, Alchemy Pay. Oh, 2 lemons and a pomegranate. It didn't work out. They don't really do true crypto the way crypto is designed to do. All right, central exchanges are not crypto. They're not, because you don't hold the crypto. It's not self-custody. All right, it's a slot machine. You give them your money, and they give you a digital representation of something. But if you're not smart enough to get that money off the central exchange, then you are going to be at the mercy of whatever whims the SEC wants to throw at you, because people simply do not understand crypto. They don't understand what it is, how it works. They don't do what you do. They're not out here with 14 different damn wallets, multiple accounts, moving money around the way that we do. They don't do any of that. So as far as putting the crypto genie back in the bottle, don't confuse crypto with blockchain. Don't confuse crypto with blockchain, because what is happening on the central exchanges is not blockchain. All right? It's not. Don't confuse the two. So they can do whatever the hell that they want up to these central exchanges. They're going to fight claw to keep in the business, man. But to me, they're just an ATM. And if they happen to go down, you know what? If an ATM is necessary, another ATM will spring up. It might be a pain in the ass for me, and I have to learn a new system and all that, but it's nothing that I'm really pissing my pants over. Hope that answered the question. Belle, we will get back to them. If there are any more, please table them up, and we're going to get back. We got a couple more things to talk about here, guys. I want to get into Kwon a little bit, because that's just funny. I mean, it just couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. And we're going to interview Belle. And we haven't gotten to do this yet. I don't think this will be Belle's first interview. She'll be doing more after this. But this is Belle's first interview, and I'm going to hammer her. So please stick around. Yeah, you giggle now. So please stick around, guys. We're going to be right back. Give me 60 seconds. I just have to blow my nose a little bit. We'll be right back. And we are back. Thank you for indulging me. I wasn't blowing my nose. I was drinking. And tonight's stream is brought to you. Oh, speaking of the stream, we've been having a fun email exchange. Maybe Bella will read some of those. Tonight's stream is brought to you by Rocktown Golden Promise. If you're ever down in Arkansas, go to the Rocktown Brewery. That's the only place or distillery. That's the only place you're going to get it. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic apple juice. It's one of my favorites. This is a 7-year, so I think I bought them out last time I was there. I came home with like 2 cases of this stuff. I'm a huge alcoholic. I just want to make sure that you guys are well aware of that. But I'm highly functional alcoholic. It's years of killing my liver doing this. But yeah, it's a very, very good booze. Did you want it? You know, we're not going to do that. That's just silly, Bill. I don't want to do it. I got contact.
I want to.
All right, Bell. I'll tell you what. We'll put on the Bell screen and go ahead and read the email. I thought this was funny, guys. I've been having a ball. Go ahead, Bell. I'm going on mute.
Okay, so Scott received an email earlier today, from a lady named or gentleman named I don't know. Morgan is gender neutral, stating, and I quote. Hi, Dark Side of the Podcast team. I'm reaching out with an awesome sponsorship opportunity for your channel. Our partner, Curiosity Stream, is interested in sponsoring your channel. Curiosity Stream is the premier streaming service for documentaries. It's extremely affordable and available worldwide.
Good.
In order to move forward, please let me know your starting rate for a 60-second integration. Please send us your media kit that has demographics and rates if you haven't already.
The hell's a media kit? I'm sorry.
It would also be great to know your next availability for this integration. Looking forward to speaking with you. Now, Scott and again, okay, they made a mistake. They emailed Scott instead of the media contact for the channel. Scott, who's the media contact for our channel?
Well, sure as hell ain't me. Don't email me shit like that.
Yeah, no. That would be yours truly. So, Scott, do you want to read your reply to that one? Because I will die laughing reading it.
You're doing great, Belle. Go ahead, carry on.
Okay, fine. So Scott replies and goes, I somehow doubt they have heard of us as we are a crypto channel on YouTube, and it's a very small one at that. We have managed to do what few others have done in that we have increased the quality of our production and viewership has actually declined. It's pretty impressive. The more money we spend on the program, the more money we lose. So, of course, I'm very interested in any entity that would offset our costs. I do not have a media kit, don't even know what that is or why I would need one. But for sure, let's do this. Not saying I'm a big deal, but we have a steady viewership in the teens. So there you go.
Go ahead, finish it up.
Oh, but wait, there's more. Morgan emails back. Hi, Scott. I appreciate you getting back to me. It would be great if you could share with us a screenshot of your YouTube age and gender demographics. Also, your geographical demographics. Your rate for a 60-second brand integration on your YouTube channel? I'm thinking April would be your next availability. Can you confirm? How desperate are they for business? Scott replies back going, hi again, Morgan. I will send you a screenshot as soon as I figure out how to make one. Computers, am I right? From the state of our demographics, interestingly, the Dutch just love us. And male Leos between the ages of 22 and 26. We kill that bracket. We also do a second show where we continue the thrills of a medical show with the fifth filth of erotica in 18th century England. It's awesome. We're pretty well packed with sponsorships at this time, including Wong's House of Mush, and the Rite Aid on 14th Street, but always room for more. Our typical charge for a 60-second bit is $14,000, but we can probably be had for $50. You know, we have range. I can't always be about the money, Morgan. It's about the art. Am I right? I have attached my show producer to this email, and I'm sure she has a lot of questions, but I hope you guys can come to an accord. Great talking with you, sir.
I'm curious how far he'll go with this. Again, guys, I got a lot of emails, man. I got just a lot of silly stuff. And I'm just like, I wonder how long I can keep this guy on the hook. Dude, we aren't your show. All right. We're not the show that people sponsor. All right, the only sponsorship tab that we have on this show is right there, and it says KPOD, the podcast, post-apocalyptic radio. Nobody's sponsoring us, man. Nobody's coming down. Are you guys really, really interested in us finding sponsors? Do you want to see me do actual live reads and tell you about the deep value that you're going to find in Arbitrum? And it'll be to $10, man. Don't worry, any moment now. I have a cat that for some reason is just all over my desk and I can't get rid of him. So this is a kitty. So pay no attention to it. I'm not going to toss him right now. I don't get these guys, man. I don't understand this business. And I do understand that this is a business, but it's not the way we do it. It's not the way Bell does it. It's not the way I do it. I don't understand how it works. But yeah, I think $14,000 is fair, Bell, right? Isn't that the going rate up here? I don't know. There's a lot of shills in crypto. So how much do they get paid? Find out what that number is and just send them back and say, send us money and we'll do a live read for you. Isn't that how it works?
If they actually have us do a 60-second bit for them and they agree to pay to do this, that money's going in my pocket, right?
Because Bell doesn't make shit on this. I'll do it for $14. All right, give me $14 and I'll do your little live read here. All right, Belle, do we want to talk about Kwon a little bit? Because I'd be happy to read this story. I think this is funny. I mean, this is about time.
Let's talk about Kwon.
All right, two things that came up over yesterday and today. The SEC on Wednesday charged Justin Sun, founder of blockchain Tron. I happen to like Tron, by the way, alleging that he sold unregistered crypto securities and fraudulently manipulated the secondary market for Tronix, the blockchain's native token. Yeah, he probably did. The agency also charged 8 celebrities, including actress Lindsay Lohan. And by the way, if you're going to be taking financial advice, you should definitely take it from somebody who is as stable and rational and reasonable as Lindsay Lohan. Social media personality Jake Paul, porn star. I love this one, by the way. That's my dog. Probably chasing the damn cat. Porn star Kendra Lust. And musicians Lil Yachty, Austin Mahone, I don't know what this one is, Suya Boy, Neo, and Akon for touting Tronix and another token BitTorrent. BitTorrent. I mean, my God, are they? They're still around? Apparently, without disclosing that they were compensated for it in the amount of their compensation, according to a statement Wednesday. With the exception of Suya Boy and Mahone,
that's Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know Soulja Boy. I would apologize for it, but he doesn't know me. So, you know what? Hey, I got a YouTube show. I'm just saying, kind of a big deal here. The 6 other celebrities settled with the SEC, agreeing to pay a total of $400,000 in disgorgement, interest, and penalties without admitting or denying the regulators' findings. That happened yesterday. But today, ladies and gentlemen, Kwon's arrest, a man who is believed to be Kwon, founder of Terraform Labs, we all know USD, which was linked to a over $40 billion crypto implosion last year, we all remember that, was arrested in Montenegro, according to country's Minister of Interior, Philippe Adzek. Kwon was detained in the... Wow, I should have proofread this before I tried to do it live, Bell. But you know what? You can fix me next time. Kwon was detained in the Podgorica airport with falsified documents and is wanted by authorities in South Korea, the U.S., and Singapore. Adzak tweeted Thursday, quote, "We are waiting for official confirmation of identity," he wrote. The alleged arrest happened a bit over a month after the SEC charged Terraform and Kwon with orchestrating a multi-billion-dollar crypto asset securities fraud. Last year, blockchain Terra's stablecoin Terra USD and its sister crypto Luna collapsed, wiping out over $40 billion in market value and starting a chain reaction that tore through the crypto industry. Now, we all remember that. We were all there for that. I own, you know what? I'm sad to say that I still own, because I haven't parted ways with it, Bill, 273,000 UST. I still own 273,000 UST. That's worth about $5,000. So I still haven't parted ways with it because to me it's like a tattoo at this point. Sometimes you just got to remember, and you need a very good you need something slapping you in the face so that you don't repeat the same mistake. I haven't repeated that mistake since, but I absolutely do remember it. If you guys remember USDC wobbling not too long ago, when that thing hit 98.9 cents, I dumped every bit of it that I had, all of it. I dumped it all. Now, it worked out because I dumped it into Atom at about $10.50, and then I sold the Atom at $13.15. Some people are just lucky, and I happen to be a lucky person. And I see Type Shizloot is on the stream. You got lucky. All right, you got lucky, but you know what? Daddy was on it. That was an absolute massacre. Now, is this guy Do Kwon? Probably. I mean, he probably is. But what's going to happen here? I have no idea. I think if you're wanted by that many governments, and as a 26-year Navy vet, I've traveled all around the world. If you're going to go to prison for high dollar value crimes, you want to do that here in the U.S. You don't want to do it wherever the hell you are in Montenegro. You don't want to go to Montenegro. You don't want to do it there. You don't want to do it in South Korea or Japan or any Asian country. That's not where you want to go to jail. All right, you want to go to jail here. So, you're incompetent. You still got money, dude. I don't get it, man. Where you couldn't get somebody to hook you up, fly a private plane, do something else. I mean, it just reeks of incompetence that you got picked up for this. So is it him? Probably. Is he going to in for a world of shit? Yeah. I don't know how else to dress this up there, pal.
Okay. Some of the countries surrounding Montenegro, by the way, yeah. Croatia, Albania, Serbia, Romania, you've got Bulgaria, and you've got Greece nearby. Do any of those people have a very even temper, or do they get really ticked off really easily?
Well, everybody knows that Eastern Europe has always been a very stable region, and there's lots. They respect human rights over there. Everybody knows this. And for some reason, me saying it seems to give it validity. No, he's in for a rough couple weeks. If that is him, and he was picked up there, oof. Their citizens who didn't commit crimes are not treated terribly well. How do you think you're going to fare in this? It's not going to work out well. So we'll be following the story, me along with everybody else. I don't know what to say on this one, man. Look, if he you had the whole world right there in the palm of your hands, man, and it was a very precise attack on this network to take this thing down, and you had to have a hand in it. And we're going to find out. That's all it's going to be. So I hope that'll give closure to the people who lost $40 billion. I do think it's funny, though, that we make such a big deal out of the $40 billion in crypto. That was terrible. Oh, my God, look at this. It's all over. But The stock market shed $600 billion yesterday, and nobody even batted an eye. We're just like, it's Wednesday. What are you going to do? It's always rough on Wednesday. So I don't know, man. Maybe it's about framing the argument a little bit here. I'm not real sure, Belle. Do we got any questions or comments, Belle? Or are we ready to interview the Belle?
We've got a few comments, and we have one more question. So, Microman, I think his sentence should be that everyone who lost money on UST should be allowed to kick him in the nuts once.
That'd be a lot of nut kicking, man.
Yeah.
I like. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
Following that up, saying people who lost larger amounts should get extra kicks. So there you go, Scott.
I'll ask the audience again. I'm holding about 275,000 UST. So how many kicks do I get for that? It was rough. We all ran through it. I've recovered since. But oh my God, man, if I had that 275,000 extra dollars, how much more would I be recovered during this? I mean, it's been black swan after black swan after black swan. So I'd like my money back. I think that's it. But you know what? It's already gone. It's dust. It's worth about $5,000. I'd be happy to donate that to Kwon's charity of choice if I could wind up and just kick the hell out of him, just kick him in the nuts. So I would launch, he'd be like a SpaceX rocket. Just whoosh, off he goes. Look, there goes Doe. Look, he's up there, boys. Scott really made contact. I'd be fine with that. Carry on, Bill.
Black Tornado, definitely not a country club jail situation.
Oh my God, have you guys been over there? I'll tell you a story. I never told this before. It's a good night. We're having fun. I was in Singapore, and if you've ever been to Singapore, beautiful country, by the way, incredibly clean. There are fines for virtually everything. Literally, there's signs. You go into a public restroom, there's a sign saying it's a $50 fine. They use the Singapore dollars. It's about $2 Singapore dollars for every $1 US dollar. So about 25 bucks for not flushing a public urinal. And there's literally a guy in there, a government guy in there, making sure that you flush. I mean, this is it. How would you like to have that job, by the way, Belle? This is your job. You go in there every day to make sure people flush the urinals. That is, man, look, I'm just saying, something went wrong in your life. You made a bad decision somewhere because this is your job. That's it. But
I'm on the fence about that one because, part of me is going, that would be the easiest job ever.
But we're talking about job satisfaction. We're talking about a reason to get up in the morning. You know that you're going to be in looking at schlong all day. That's it. That's what you're going to do.
That would be the part of me that's going, not interested.
Yeah, but you know what? You got to admit, you're not going to die of stress. I mean, I look at this, Dad, I piss blood. I'm a crypto investor. This is what I do. I am endless stress. So just to go in there and hey, flush the can and get paid for it, man, I'm almost like, I could entertain that. But, let me finish my story. So I was in Singapore, and I don't remember, I was on the USS Hewitt. So DD-966, it was a destroyer. I like riding destroyers, by the way, because we can pull up to the pier. We don't have to, anchor out and take small boats in. And one of our jag-off young kids decided, I want a Singapore flag. And anybody who's been around that region knows where this is going. So he decided to pull down a public flag. He went down. He's bosun's mate. He knows how to do it. So he unloosens the halyard. He pulls it down, takes the flag, and starts running with it. I've never seen a public caning. But I did. They literally caned the guy. And if you don't know what a cane is, it's exactly what it sounds like. They take a cane, they strip the shirt, and they beat the hell out of him with a cane to make sure that you don't do this again. Now, this is just a young U.S. sailor who made a terrible, misguided judgment and contacted the ship before they did it and said, hey, is this cool? And the ship said, yeah, go ahead. Cane him. Let's make sure he doesn't repeat this in another port. And they caned him. So I'm using this to illustrate the example of how do you think it's going to go for Kwon over in Eastern Europe. And this is a very civilized Singapore where this happened. I was there. It happened. So, it's not going to go real well for him. So for anybody who lost a whole bunch of money, justice is about to be served. I've just put that out there. Carry on, Belle.
All right, so Black Tornado early on in the stream, she did join a little late. Says, "Happy Jackal Day. Have you uploaded everything to Jackal's storage?"
No, the dashboard's not live yet. So the chain has been upgraded. You can get on. You can see it. 1 second. Oh, that booze. We're almost there. Give me a second. No, the chain, we're waiting for the dashboard. As soon as the dashboard goes live, boom, we're up. And yes, everything is going up. I'm very, very excited about this. Testnet's still working. And it should be, because I think it's using my servers. The testnet's still up. It's still working. It'll never, ever come down. But until the actual live dashboard goes up, no, I haven't been able to upload it yet. But I know that Emery sent me a text this morning. He said, dude, I'm about to be awake for 36 hours. So I'd be looking for this tomorrow sometime. So anyway, thank you. Hope that answered the question. But I had no idea Black Tornado was a girl. Do we have girls that watch this? I mean, that's it. They line up and say, oh, I got to get me some Scott today. Is that it? We have two of them, right?
We do have two on right now. Yes.
Okay, carry on.
I haven't seen Top Cat today, so yeah. All right. So that was actually the last question for the moment. Although the audience is chiming in with questions. Yeah, Microman. Right now, I feel like the Black Knight in Monty Python. After all of my limbs have been cut off, 'tis but a scratch.
It is, man. You gotta soldier through it, man. This is crypto. It's rough. We've been talking about this for years. Carry on, Bill.
Baron Von Blair, and I like his suggestion. Don't kick his nuts, tilt at his nuts on horseback.
You know,
Scott, you used to joust. You can make that happen, right?
You know, just because I don't fall off the horse anymore doesn't mean I don't know how to joust. And I'll tell you what, guys, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I am surgical with that son of a bitch. You tell me which part of him you want to hit. And if you never jousted, there's tournament jousting. There's Ren Fair jousting, and then there's full contact jousting. And they're all wildly, wildly different. But I am pretty damn surgical with that thing. So I'll tell you what, if you're doing full contact joust and you're leaning in, and I happen to love that because that means you're trying to knock me off the horse. I know how to roll, and I know how to aim while rolling. There's a lot to it. Doesn't always work. There are guidelines, but you got to go with something. So yeah, I could put that lance tip right on his goodie bag, and he's gonna know. Well, no, I don't know. I've never tried to hit somebody that's on their feet. We joust with Clydesdales. All right, we don't use regular horses. They can't take the impact, so we tend to joust on Clydesdales. And I can do it, man. That'd be like a speed bag. Diggity, diggity, diggity. There, that would launch him. Good comment. Carry on, Belle.
That was actually, that was the more interesting one.
All right.
Top Cat just joined us and says, enjoying this live of randomness.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I told you guys, I think I started when we were all over the board that we are going to do this like a more or less a traditional show that happens to go for an hour. So we're going to be bouncing around, and there is going to be a lot of randomness and silliness and all of that other stuff. Crypto was boring today, man. All right, not that much happened. We got our little recovery. We're sitting at 28.3. This is where Bitcoin is right now. You guys know how the market works. I don't have to explain this. You understand where it is and how it's going to affect the DeFi, how it's going to affect all of your holdings, which are most of them sitting right over here. You don't need me to come on here and say this is what's about to happen. You know what's about to happen. But no, guys, we're bringing you a special treat here in the last few minutes of the show because I'm going to go have a taco. Is that how you say it, Belle? Is it taco? It's taco, right? That's correct, right?
I don't know what that means.
It's a taco. It's a shell. It's a tortilla shell, and it's got meat in it and cheese, and you put salsa on it. It's a taco. Yeah, I know. You say it like I didn't grow up in Phoenix. That's funny. Saliendo los mouse de Solero. Guys, we're bringing you a special treat right now. We are bringing you the CEO of what company are you with, Belle? This is way I prompt.
Armid Protocol?
RMID protocol. Why don't you tell us about RMID protocol? Because if I understand correctly, this is a white hat project that's being built on. It's a level 2 being built on Jackal. Am I correct on this?
It depends on it depends on how we can incorporate HIPAA certification, but yes, it'll either be built as a level 2 or it'll be built on Jackal directly.
Well, why don't you talk a little bit about it? We have a lot of Jackal fans on here. There's a big dog right underneath my picture right now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
All right. So again, our medical records are every freaking company that we use to store and secure medical records uses cloud-based services to store that data. That leaves it incredibly vulnerable to being hacked. Your personal information is out there. If you have ever gone to a hospital and been inpatient and that hospital has had a data breach and you have paid that medical bill with a credit card, yeah, that information is gone. It's compromised. One of the more recent larger hacks that have occurred have been the Lehigh Valley Hospital System, which is the largest hospital system in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is not a small state, guys. Okay? There is a better way to store and secure these records. You've got Jackal. Again, Jackal, wonderfully secure, wonderfully. But again, because their staff is not as familiar with what the needs of a medical practice are, and I have worked in that industry for the past 10 years, that's where RMID comes in. RMID is being built on Jackal to provide the security as well as to tailor the needs of the individual records providers, records storage. The other upside to this, all of these third-party companies that provide medical record storage, when you, as the patient, you legally own your medical record, okay? That is ideally supposed to be free of charge to you. That's not what these third-party companies do. They typically charge a $25 search and retrieval fee. And then if you want a printed hard copy, they charge $1.99 per page, plus shipping and handling to send those to you. If you choose a CD option, they charge $5 for you to get your data on a CD plus shipping and handling.
What the hell is a CD? Who uses these anymore? Do people still use CDs?
They do.
Alrighty then.
They do. And again, this is after the $25 search and retrieval fee. Again, these records aren't secure, guys. And on top of that, providers who are storing their data on cloud-based systems are paying out the nose to do this. It's a lose-lose situation for the healthcare system as well as for the patient. So it's a big problem and it's got to be solved. So RMID is going to jump in and step in and solve this.
So it's I didn't tell Belle that I was going to be interviewing her tonight, by the way.
No.
This is kind of out of nowhere, so obviously you can see that she's still warming up to the position. And I'm not going to hammer her because this is her very first it's the introduction of the program. The only reason that we're bringing it up is to illustrate the fact that now that Jackal is live, or will be inside of the next 24 hours as soon as the dashboard shows up, there are tons and tons of projects that are being built on these. And why am I mentioning that? Because the selling point of Jackal is $8 per terabyte, man. Sorry. It's great tech that they found a way to monetize. Now, if you're going to send me nice, hateful emails afterwards, dude, you're wrong. Don't make me bust you. Don't make me do it. All right? Don't make me the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. I want to be the good guy. I want to bring you good news. RMID is one of many things that are going up. I happen to personally be paying 2 developers to build 2 different apps that are going to be perfect white hat projects for Jackal. This is tech that has been missing for a very, very long time, and now that it's here, I intend to fully capitalize on it. That's really all it is. I cannot tell you how Jackal works. I cannot tell you about the deeps, the ins, the outs. I have no idea. But the devs that I'm paying do know. And that's really where it matters. It's why I'm so bullish on Jackal. It's why I've been bullish on it the entire time. And now that it's going live, it's just even more exciting. We've been developing these things for months and months. And honestly, I'm more than happy to give the apps away. Cat. That was my cat that just jumped down. He just wants to be on camera. We're going to be beta testing. A lot of these things are going to be beta tested with the podcast audience. I'm going to pay for it for a year so that you can take this and use this product and shake it out, tell me where the bugs are and all that stuff. But we're going to be I'm personally paying for it because we need live tests. All right, we can't release bad products, not like this. So I'll be paying for your data storage so that you can come up, use the apps that we're building, try them out, see where they're good, see where they're bad, see where they're wrong. I am a 100% idealist, and this is using blockchain for what blockchain can actually do. And in this case, it happens to be $8 per terabyte. That's going to be the selling point, up or down. All right, Belle, we're over time. We got anything left, or are we good?
We've actually got a couple of questions regarding Armid. So Moveclopedia, yes, that's a question. How to convince someone using CD to use blockchain. Okay, well, Moveclopedia, these CDs are coming from third-party record companies themselves. They are not typically coming from the hospitals or doctor's offices, okay? The advantage there is going to be a patient-facing app. That way, as the provider is entering information into their medical record, the patient has access to it already. That opens the door for patients being able to go on vacation. If they go from Iowa to Canada, for example, all that's needed is for them to scan a QR code, and if anything goes wrong while they're in Canada, any provider who currently uses the software can open that and actually download that into their system. If they do not, well, the record is viewable by the patient themselves, and they can show the medical provider. Again, if they're on vacation from the U.S. to Canada, the patient could actually show their medical record to the doc and still get treatment.
Okay, I hope that answered the question. Belle, carry on. We haven't done this before. This is breaking our rhythm. This is rough now. Carry on, Belle.
Microman, question for Belle. Over here, we don't have the same insurance-based charging system you do. I'm not paying medical bills with a credit card. Are you marketing toward the U.S. solely or worldwide? Any provider that houses medical record in an electronic format can use Armid. It is not limited by nationality.
Borderless, because crypto is borderless. Is that the last one, Belle? Are we going to wrap this?
That's the last one.
Fantastic. I'm going big screen for a second. I'm sorry we were kind of all over the board tonight, guys. We, again, man, it was a boring crypto day. We always go live on Thursdays. So I apologize for... You know what? I don't apologize. I enjoyed tonight. I enjoyed talking about a wide range of things and not actually getting into money, because today money was boring. My gains were purely APRs. That's it. And I mean, they're still a lot of APRs, but my gains were purely APRs today. That's just not exciting. And you see my wallets. I don't really have to go on and on about it. Nobody tip Belle tonight. Somebody give Belle $2 or we're not going to end the stream. That's it. Where it is, I'm kidding, man. I'll give her the $2. That's what we have.
And considering my birthday is coming up very, very shortly, really, come on.
They'll hook you up on Saturday, Belle. We're not going to go hat in hand here. People want to tip, they know how to tip. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys joining us tonight. If you're new to the show and not familiar with us, if you enjoyed the production, if you enjoyed the quality, if you enjoy the message that we're putting up here, please like, share, and subscribe. You like that, Belle? Do you like that? I told you I didn't really care until now, and now I care a great deal. So if you are not familiar or first time joining us here on the show, please like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't, tell your friends about it. I promise you, man, we bring a consistent unbiased message. And that is grossly missing from the crypto opinion editorial space. So if you enjoyed it, you guys know what to do. Going to turn you over to Belle. She's going to talk us up, talk us out. We will not be live tomorrow night, but we will be live on Saturday. So if you'd like to join us, and if you think I'm obnoxious now, wait till you see me really liquored up. Take it out of here, Belle.
All right. Again, ladies and gentlemen, those of you who joined us tonight, we cannot thank you guys enough. Keep those fantastic comments and questions coming. In between now and Saturday, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to drop Scott, Emery, and myself an email, scott@thepodcast.com, Emery@thepodcast.com, or Bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we cannot thank each and every one of you guys enough for being here and joining us tonight. We will see you on Saturday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.